Olive, there's something important I need to tell you.
What is it, brother? Did something happen?
Yep, you see, Mom messed up.
What? What do you mean she messed up?
She stole my wife Bezra's money.
What? No way. I noticed that Mom and your wife didn't get along very well, but I don't think that Mom is the kind of person who would do such a thing, though. Are you sure this isn't some mistake?
I wanted to think that as well, but in reality, the money that was in Bezra's bank account is now gone. We also realized that the money in our joint savings account was slowly disappearing. And not only that, but Bezra herself came crying to me saying that Mom was stealing stuff from her. I need to protect Bezra as her husband.
Kazim, I don't think that your wife is saying the whole story.
Huh?
Do you hear what Mom had to say as well?
What's the point in listening to what a thief has to say?
Huh?
A mother that steals her daughter-in-law's money. I'm embarrassed for her as her son.
But doesn't that mean that only you listen to what Berza had to say?
I told you already, Mama's a thief. There's no point in asking her what happened. The words of a thief can't be trusted, even if she is my mother.
That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm telling you that you just one-sidedly decided that Mother was a thief, even though you didn't even listen to what she had to say.
Hey, Olive, you're acting a bit strange. I said that the words of a thief can't be trusted.
So, you found her in possession of this missing money?
No, but it's only natural to assume that she already used it. Mom is definitely the culprit here.
I'm saying that you're just calling her a thief for no good reason. Are you reading what I'm texting you, or are you just ignoring it?
If you want to side with the criminal, then go ahead. You take care of Mother.
Huh? What do you mean take care of her?
I kicked Mom out of the house earlier.
What?
I had her take the bare necessities and leave. We're going to sell the rest of her possessions to make up for the money she stole and let her off without telling the police. She should be thankful for that.
You need to do a little bit more investigation, brother.
What?
I applaud your spirit in wanting to protect your wife, but obviously it's also clouding you for making the correct judgment. And because of this, I think you made a terrible mistake by kicking Mom out.
What did you say?
Besides, why would Mom, who's far from poor but is in fact overflowing with money, stain her hands with something that risky? That's why I'm telling you that you need to ask Mom her side of the story as well.
No, but...
I'm done talking with you. You're not thinking straight right now, brother, and therefore it's no use trying to reason.
What did you say?
I'll listen to what Mom has to say. Then I'll decide whether to take care of Mom or not. Goodbye. Mom, where are you right now? Hello, Aliv. I'm at the platform of a station. Well, you see, Kazim and his family. They kicked you out of your house, right? Oh, so you already heard. It seemed he didn't even listen to what you had to say, so why don't you come over to my house first? Is that all right? Yup, for now. Brother sounded like he just believed completely what his wife told him, and I think he's making a mistake. I thought that I needed to hear your side of the story first. If in the unlikely situation that you did in fact steal the money, then I'll have to think things through. To be honest, I don't see any reason for you to need to steal someone else's money. Alib, you really are always calm. I mean, brother went to a good university, and it seems like he has a good reputation at work too. But whenever it's something to do with his wife, he suddenly becomes an idiot. An idiot? I think that that's the case this time as well. I see. So I guess I'll ask you, but what really happened? There's his money, right? Of course I didn't steal it. I don't think someone as careless with money as her has any money to steal in the first place. I thought so. Understood. Oh, the train came. Okay, get on the train and get off at F station. Is 30 minutes from now alright? I'll pick you up the rotary in front of the south exit by car. Alright, thank you.
Olive, tell him I need money.
Huh? What are you talking about? I don't understand the thought process you must have had to say something like that the day after you called Mom a thief and kicked her out.
It can't be helped. I tried directly contacting Mom, but it seems she's blocked me, which means that the only way I can reach her is through you.
Well, will you first tell me why you need her money?
Oh yeah, I got home from work earlier, but Bezra wasn't here. I thought she must have gone somewhere, but looking carefully I noticed that all of her stuff was gone. I went to our bedroom and saw that on the table there were divorce papers and a letter.
What did the letter say?
I'm going on a trip with the person I truly love. Don't look for me, it said.
She ran away?
Don't say it like that. Bezra. Oh, Bezra. I never thought she would leave me like this. But I loved her so much that I would have given her my entire life.
I understand that you don't want to believe this is happening, but will you please stop being an idiot even at times like this?
An idiot?
You wanted me to tell Mom to give you money, right? Which means that you don't have any money now, right, brother?
Yeah. I had a bad feeling after seeing Bezra's letter, so I checked my bank accounts. Apparently someone had been withdrawing my money little by little. This afternoon, my last $2,000 was taken.
So she ran away and used your money to escape?
There was $45,000 in the account before I got married.
There was that much, but you didn't notice until now? Did you tell her the pin or something?
Yeah. I had Olive take care of all our finances.
Still, you didn't need to give her the money from when you were single as well.
But I believed her and let her take care of it.
That's why I'm calling you an idiot, because you believe everything Berza tells you. Did anything else happen?
Oh, right. I was opening every drawer to see if anything else had been stolen, and I found a paper saying I needed to leave this house.
What? You need to leave?
Apparently, the rent wasn't being paid.
Oh, that's right. Ever since you and your wife started living together, you were the one who paid for the rent, right?
I needed to leave by the day after tomorrow, apparently.
I see. This means that the money you were going to use to pay for the rent was taken by Berza as well.
All I have left is the $20 of cash in my wallet.
So that's why you were asking Mom to give you money. You remember that Mom inherited a vast fortune from her father who was an investor, huh? It seems making you not tell Berza about it was the right decision.
Hey, what should I do now?
Brother, there are some things that Mom wants to tell you.
From Mom?
She says that there's something she needs to tell you about Berza.
What?
She says that Berza's cheating on you.
What?
The day before yesterday, she was going to visit her father's grave and was heading to D Station. That's when she saw Berza and another man enter a love hotel with their hands held together.
What?
Mom was shocked and followed them until the entrance, where she took a picture.
My God.
But it seems that Berza noticed that Mom had found out. Mom wanted to tell you about it yesterday, but Berza was faster and cried to you saying that she had stolen her money, and you know the rest.
This can't be true.
You running out of money was probably another factor.
What do you mean?
Can I say it to you?
Tell me.
You were being treated like her personal ATM.
What?
She had no more money to steal from you, and you were about to find out she was cheating on you. So she decided that it was time to leave. She made sure to take every last penny, it seems.
No way, but this must be a nightmare. There's no way Bezra would...
Hello, brother. Mom says she deposited $10,000 in your account.
What? Really?
She says to do as you please with the money. Maybe to borrow a new house or find Berza or something.
Mother?
But she says not to come meet her for the time being.
What? Why?
Kazim, you forgot that you messed up 2 times in the past year already when Berza was involved, right?
What? What are you talking about?
First off, you were fooled by Berza's obviously fake crying when she told you that I was bullying her, and so you kicked me out of her house, right? And secondly, what happened the day before yesterday? Again, you were fooled by her poor acting and believed it when she told you that Mom had stolen her money, and so you kicked Mom out without even listening to what she had to say.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but...
Do you know what Mom is saying?
What?
She says that your furious face when you kicked her out of the house was so similar to your father's when he was tricked by another woman and began continuously insulting Mother. She doesn't know what you'll do if you see her again, so she doesn't want you to come and meet her for the time being.
Don't tell me, but is Mom telling me this through you because...
Yup, she doesn't want to text or talk to you on the phone, she says.
No way.
Well, be glad she didn't just cut ties with you.
Huh?
I'll live with Mom from now on. Why don't you settle things with Berza first?
What do you mean, settle things?
Mom showed me the picture of Berza with another man, and I'm certain this other man is a friend of yours.
What?
I'll get the picture from Mom and send it to you later. It'll probably be useful if you want to find Bears and punish her or something.
Olive,
Well, I'm going to be busy taking care of Mom from now on, I guess. Bye.
yep, thank you for your help, and sorry for what I did.
After that, Brother no longer became an idiot. He immediately found out where Bears and his friend was and swiftly brought punishment upon them. Apparently, the money she stole from Kasim was given back to him by her parents. Bearza, now in debt, now constantly works every day from day to night to pay back the money. Kazim's friend also was made to pay an alimony alongside Bearza, and after that, he left her hometown. Kazim was now single, and eventually paid back the $10,000 Mom gave him. It seems Mom recognized Kazim's efforts to make up for his mistakes, and said, "It looks like Kazim is working hard." I think it will take a bit more time until the two of them fully make up, but I have no doubt they will soon be back together again.
Hey, Eve, I wanted to check in about those materials that I asked you to have ready by tomorrow. I just wanted to make sure that you were actually going to be finished making them in time. I see they haven't been submitted and it's already so late.
Hello, Mr. Brown. Thank you for reaching out to me outside of work hours. I'm a little confused as to what you mean by those materials for tomorrow. I thought that you knew your daughter Hillary was in charge of them.
But I told her to go and ask her supervisors for help making them if it was going to be too difficult for her to do it on her own. Do you know that she's new to the company? Are you seriously going to pretend like it's okay to leave this work undone just because it was specifically assigned to you?
I'm sorry if there's been some kind of miscommunication, Mr. Brown, but I've been checking in with Hillary every step of the way she's been doing this. And every time I've asked her if she's making progress or needs help, she always told me that things are going well. It was only today, right as I was supposed to be clocking out, that she came up to my desk and told me that she actually wasn't going to have it done on time at all. And that's when she asked me to take care of it for her. That's why I'm still at the office this late at night.
So there you go. You admit that you were slacking off doing your duties as her supervisor and failed to assess actual progress being made. Honestly, I don't know why this company ever gives these kinds of roles to women. They always let their petty interpersonal drama get in the way of everything. And then you have the gall to try and put this all on an employee that you were supposed to be keeping an eye on?
Sir, are you really trying to pin all of this on me when I'm the one working hard to make sure this all gets finished before tomorrow?
It's obvious that you were being a bad supervisor and making Hillary feel uncomfortable coming to you with this matter. It's no wonder she waited until the last minute to ask for your help in finishing it up. You really need to think about the environment you're making for our employees.
Even if that was true, the fact of the matter is that Hillary didn't ask for my help in finishing it. She gave me what she had done and told me to do the rest for her. She told me she had plans that she couldn't miss and then left the office.
And now you're trying to pin this all on my daughter just because she had plans for tonight? Who knows how long she's had this on her agenda? Hillary is still young. Do you understand that? You shouldn't be wasting her youth with busy work. Besides, it's like you said, it was time to quit for the day, and there's no reason why my Hillary should ever have to work overtime. If you're not going to do your job in making sure she gets her work done during work hours, then of course it's all going to fall back on you.
Are you serious, Mr. Brown? I told you that I checked in with Hillary over and over again.
Well, clearly you were doing something wrong, or else none of this would have happened at all. Now quit trying to blame my daughter for your screw-ups. If my daughter asks you to finish her work for her, you just nod and say yes, ma'am. I hope you're ready to spend all night at the office.
So you really aren't going to talk to your daughter about making sure this doesn't happen again? Do I understand that right?
She has a right as an employee to refuse to work past regular hours. And as her superior in the office, you need to quit abusing your power and recognize that right of hers. If she says no to more work at the end of the day, then obviously any work that was left undone under your watch would fall to you.
I really don't think that's the company policy. And anyways, it wasn't that she couldn't do the work, it's that she wasn't doing any work. Even though I was repeatedly reminding her to do so, not only that, but this isn't the only problem like this I've had with her.
Well, you really do have some nerve trying to pass off all of your failures onto your underlings. You're the more experienced employee, so this is on you to fix.
Okay, then I understand, but that being said, I do have one more thing to ask of you, sir. When we've gone out for company dinners, Hillary was paying for her share with the company's end of your party fund. Not only that, but she's been caught taking money from that fund to go out and eat by herself as well. This is a textbook case of embezzlement, and it really is a serious issue. So could you at least talk to her about that? Sir, are you really asking me to just overlook her stealing from the company?
You really are such a cheapskate, do you know that? Do you really think that we're not going to be able to have any kind of fun events around here if one person is taking money out of the fund to treat themselves to lunch now and then? We're going to be just fine. And you really need to stop trying to get Hillary in trouble for every little thing she does.
Sir, are you really asking me to just overlook her stealing from the company? Have you ever done something like this in your time here?
Why do you keep using those words? Stealing? Embezzling? It's nothing like that at all. Well, it's just certainly not those things.
I see. So then should I tell the rest of the staff to start paying for their own lunches with company money? Because it sounds to me like you're saying that's an acceptable thing to do.
You know that isn't okay. If that many people were taking from the fund, then higher-ups would surely notice. That's why my daughter and I are the only ones who can do that. Got it?
I really don't think that's true at all, and you really haven't made a convincing case for yourself.
Well, if you don't like it, then you can just quit your job. What do you think about that? Because if you're not going to listen to what your boss has to say, then we don't need you here. Don't you ever forget your place in this company.
I see. Well, okay, I suppose I understand the situation better now, at least. I'll finish the rest of Hillary's work before the end of the night. See you tomorrow, Mr. Brown. Hey there, Eve. I was looking over the work that you left on my desk last night, and this looks perfect. Thank you so much. Even my dad was saying what an amazing job you did with all of this. I know that I should have left all this work for you. But man, I really didn't think that a company would let me get away with doing something like that. You only got away with doing it because your dad got you your job in this department. But if you ever go and find another job, I really wouldn't recommend acting the way that you have been. For example, the day after I turned in your work for you, I also saw that you left a receipt for what appears to be a night of drinking and expensive food at a bar. What exactly do you want me to do with this? What do you mean, what do I want you to do with it? I used the company card to pay for it, so I want you to take it off our records. Well, this wasn't a work expense, so I guess what I'll do is create an invoice for you to pay back what you spent on the card. Oh, Eve, you really are just so funny. Do you know that? But now, this receipt is related to work. You see, I've had to drink more to keep up with the stress of this job, so therefore the company should be paying for my outings. I see. Well, as compelling as that is, that goes against company policy, so I'm afraid I can't make that happen. Oh, really? But I was talking to my dad and he told me to just leave the receipt on your desk for you to take care of. So are you really going to pretend like you know more about how this company works than my dad? You do know that he's your boss, right? You really need to learn your place in this company, Eve. I appreciate your reminding me of that, but the thing is that your father doesn't have the right to make that call either. In fact, neither of you should be using company money for personal outings. Listen to me. You should know that I have a date with the CEO of this company, okay? So if things go well, then I am going to become the wife of the next CEO. That means that I'll be higher up than you could ever hope to be. I see. So you're basing this all off one date that you haven't had yet? Sometimes I wonder why I even bother with you at all. It's all part of my dad's plan to help us climb up this corporate ladder, and I'm his secret weapon. I see. Well, that's just quite creepy, but it also doesn't have anything to do with me or this. So you can have whatever love life you want, but while you're at work, you are expected to do your job and follow the company rules. Yeah, some unmarried old hag like you would try and go on a power trip with me, but don't be jealous just because I'm getting married and you're still single. You keep going on about separating the personal from the business, and yet here you are bullying me all day just because I have a love life and you don't. That is not what is going on here in the slightest. I am talking to you every day about the fact that you never do any work. You go out drinking on the company dime and you leave all your duties for me to take care of. Is that how you think you should be behaving at your age? You really just know how to push my buttons, don't you? I had no idea you were such a cruel, horrible woman. I'm sorry if you think I'm being mean, but someone needs to put their foot down and let you know that you can't act like this. You need to take responsibility for your job. I'll have you know that I am working my tail off. I work so hard every single day. All I want is a little break to recompose myself now and then, but you would rather I just work myself to death for this place. If you really can't handle the work being asked of you here, then maybe you should quit. Because everyone else here was hired for their qualifications and experience. You only got this job because your dad insisted that we hire you over much more qualified candidates. And since the day you started working here, I haven't seen you do your job once. And here I thought you were so much nicer. But I see that people only have value to you around here if they work and do whatever you say. Do you really think that's any way to treat people? Hillary, literally what are you talking about? This is a company where we have work that needs to get done in order to meet certain deadlines. If someone isn't doing their work, then they don't belong here. You're the one who doesn't belong here. Ugh, you've got me so stressed out. I really need a drink. Just leave me alone. Wait, what? Are you really just ending this conversation here? You better not be using company money on yourself.
Hey, when are you finally going to learn to quit pushing my limits, huh? Did you know that your bullying finally made my poor daughter break down into tears? I thought I told you to learn your place in this company.
My place in this company? My place in this company is as Hillary's supervisor, so if she doesn't do her work, I have a duty to speak to her about that. I really don't see how you can accuse me of doing anything wrong.
Well, you're taking this way too far. I'm going to see to it that you're fired for what you've done to my daughter. You should have listened to me when I warned you the first time, but now you're really going to pay for it.
And just what did I do that constitutes a fireable offense, huh? Because I haven't heard of any company ever choosing to defend an employee guilty of not working. I can't see how anyone would see my actions as incorrect.
Except for the fact that you're forgetting that I'm our boss. Now submit your letter of resignation to me, and let's just get this over with.
Okay then, I'll quit. But I won't be giving you my letter. I'll be handing it to my father.
Your father? What do you mean? Don't tell me that you meant to type the company president, but you had a slip and typed out father instead? That's worse than calling a teacher mom in school. I mean, even up to the very end, you just keep making mistakes.
That wasn't a mistake, although it wouldn't matter whether I called him dad, father, or the company president, since they're all the same person.
Wait a second. What? Are you saying that your dad is the company president?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Mr. Brown, and he isn't one to take nepotism lightly. It's clear to anyone who hears the facts about what's been going on who is in the right and who is in the wrong. So I hope you're ready for what's in store for you next.
Wait, are you serious? I mean, I thought it was funny that you two share the same last name, but I thought it was just coincidence. I mean, both your last names were Smith. I thought that was just a really common last name.
That's why I didn't even bother trying to hide my name. I figured that everyone would think the same way that you did. And so that's why I never told anyone who my real father was.
But I don't understand. Why would they hide something as important as that from me, your boss?
Because I really didn't think it was all that important, and because I don't like using my family to get what I want. I knew that if people knew who I was related to, that I would never be treated equally.
But I should have known who you were. I mean, had I known that you were the daughter of the CEO, then I would never treated you like this.
I see. So you're saying that the way you treat employees is all connected with how much influence they might have over your career? Because I'm afraid that I've already left my desk and was going to deliver my letter of resignation to the top floor.
No, wait, stop. You can't do that, please. I can't be responsible for firing the daughter of the CEO. Please, let's just forget all about this, okay? You don't have to talk to your dad at all. let's just all get back to work and pretend that none of this ever happened.
I'm afraid that it's far too late to try and do any of that. Besides, what would getting back to work even mean in an office where you and your daughter treat this place like your personal playground?
What are you talking about? But I promise you that the two of us are going to really start doing our jobs from here on out. I'm so sorry if you were concerned at all about our performance, but I promise to have a talk to my daughter about these very serious issues.
Wow, you really about-faced so hard. I'm not sure whether I should be laughing or cringing at that. Who was the one who was just telling me that they would defend Hillary's slacking off?
You're right. That was wrong of me, and I realize that now. I've been too soft on my daughter, and I promise to have a very stern conversation with her. Just please don't go and talk to your father about any of this yet.
No, I really can't understand, and I am going to be talking to my dad. I have seriously had it with the two of you. You have broken so many rules and violated so many policies to just serve yourself and Hillary. Did you really think that I was just going to let you get away with all of this like it was nothing?
I hope you can understand. Please, I really had no idea whose daughter you were. If I did, then I would have never acted in the way that I did towards you. It's just that, well, you know, these companies have strict structures and sometimes I need to enforce them on underlings like I was doing with you.
I wonder if you even realize the doublespeak that you engage in all of the time. Do you realize how many contradictions you're full of? Maybe if you actually showed any level of self-awareness, then I wouldn't feel the need to go through with this.
Please, I'm begging you not to talk to your dad about this. It would cost me my job.
Well, thankfully for you, my dad doesn't come back from a business trip until tomorrow. But he may have some words to exchange with you when he is back. Anyways, that's all I have to say on the matter. What could you possibly have to say to me now? Are you really going to pretend like you're sorry for what you did just because you got caught? Besides, after what you pulled, the police are going to get involved too.
But please, surely we can just forget about all this, right? I just lost my temper is all.
I don't care what excuse you have yourself. Letting you stay in this office any longer is putting all employees at risk. I mean, you were really trying to hurt me, I could tell. But I guess you thought that just because I'm a woman means that I would be weak, huh?
I just didn't expect you to be so strong.
Well, I've been doing judo ever since I was little. I throw men twice your size and triple your strengths on the mat like it's nothing. But the fact that you tried to ambush me in the parking lot, cover my mouth with your hand, you're nothing but a coward.
Please, I didn't think that you would be able to fight back. Just give me one more chance. I'll even work for free. Just please, don't go to the police about this.
It's far too late for any of that. I've already told my dad everything. You should have seen how angry he got, but don't worry, you're still allowed on company property for one more day. After all, my dad still wants to talk to you. So anyways, go to the top floor and have your conversation with him. And by the time you're finished cleaning out your desk, the police should be on the ground floor ready to pick you up. After I told my dad everything, including what Mr. Brown tried to do to me in the parking lot, he was furious. It was actually his own staff that had to hold him back from leaping at Mr. Brown and attacking him when he entered his office. After he caught his breath, my dad explained to Mr. Brown that he and his daughter were being let go and were also being sued by the company for embezzlement. Mr. Brown was also facing a lawsuit from me as well for his attempted assault. In the end, he owed so much in legal fees that he had to go deep into debt to pay it all back. My dad also made sure that he would never work in this town again through his connections and networks. I requested a restraining order against Mr. Brown and his daughter in case they ever tried to get revenge on me. After his firing, however, I was promoted to Mr. Brown's position as department chief. Since then, both productivity and employee satisfaction have been at their highest point in years.